I have a quick question for Nick. You mentioned quite a few times that you're having trouble finding people, and it's becoming a bit easier. But what steps is the company taking, or what steps do you think you should take, like the company should take, to acquire and maintain talent in the near future?
Okay, that's working good. I guess when you're constrained with the location and the challenges of getting to work, the only lever you've got to try and alleviate that is actually roster. So we've actually already introduced what we think is probably the most palatable roster for future employees and current employees so that we can retain them. The other part, of course, is just improving the conditions on site to whatever extent you can. I'm pleased to say that some of the culture surveys that we run to try and get some feedback, basically people are saying they actually enjoy working on our site, so that's always good to hear. It doesn't mean we stop. It's an ongoing challenge in that regard. You can't continue to pour money as a solution. You have to become an attractive employer, and that then turns back to what values and what you represent, what your purpose is. So really marketing that, making sure that future employees understand what we're about and why we're in business at the end of the day, they're the levers that we can pull.
Okay, thank you. And I guess for Brett, I had a quick question if no one else has any. You touched on some of the environmental principles as we push towards carbon neutral as a country, as in the world. What steps is your company taking towards improving that or reducing them?
Yeah, certainly. One of the benefits we have is we've been able to piggyback off the infrastructure that BHP have in place. I don't know if anyone saw the BHP Nickel West presentation yesterday. They've invested an enormous amount in renewable energy, which is connected up to the grid that supplies their operations. We buy our power off BHP Nickel West. We extended a new line out to the Cassini mine just recently, which took over from the gensets we had in place when we first started development. So we've been able to, as I said, benefit from their investment in their renewable energy. We're obviously very conscious of the footprint of operations, and again, one of the benefits we have of being an underground mining operation, the footprint's very small. And again, we send our ore to an existing processing facility at BHP Nickel West, and so we haven't had to establish tailings storage facilities. So we are fortunate. It's a bit easier for us than many. Beyond that, we have looked at new technology implementation. I think we were the first people in Western Australia to trial electric light vehicles underground for potential use, and we haven't taken that step yet, but we're certainly on the lookout for opportunities to go down that route when it becomes a technically and an economically viable proposition to further reduce the emissions from the diesel equipment we have, and there's other benefits on that as touched on by other presenters. Yeah, they're the key things that we're doing at present.
Excellent.